So if you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder, and I've been in psychotherapy for the past almost 6 years. This video is going to be about how generational trauma can play into the mental health issues that we have going on right now. So I've been clinically diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder for a while, but very recently I took another psych eval. I took the PDQ-4 and the MMPI-2. So still a diagnosed narcissist, but it also spiked super high on like paranoia and some schizophrenia. I'm not schizophrenic and whatnot. And my therapist started asking me more questions and things like that. She's like, do you have any family members that have had schizophrenia, particularly on your dad's side, like your grandpa, anybody like that? So in my own personal history, I didn't know my paternal grandfather. He actually unalived himself when he was 27 years old. Like got up one day, 5:30 on a Monday morning, went downstairs and, did something to himself in the bathroom. It was my father, who was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old at the time, that found him. So my therapist said, I think your grandpa had undiagnosed schizophrenia. So, in the 60s or 70s, there's no mental health help for, 27-year-old black man that's struggling with his mental health. So in order to probably quiet the voices, he went to the bathroom and did that to himself. No, I don't think my dad has schizophrenia or anything like that. So it could have possibly skipped a generation, but it's in my lineage. It's kind of in my DNA from my grandfather. You see what I'm saying? My father wasn't the most present father around, so I have some childhood neglect stuff that's going on that possibly caused me to be a narcissist. But I also have the schizophrenic traits and whatnot possibly passed down from my grandfather. It's like literally generational. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not going to do anything like that. But it just gets to the point that you show that like generational trauma is a real actual thing. And that you right now, who you are right now, how you're living your life right now, you can either decide to be the stopgap for that, for the generational trauma, or you can continue it. Because if you're not working on yourself, if you're not trying to better yourself, if you're not trying to deal with the mental health issues that you might have going on, you could be, a vessel for the generational trauma as opposed to something that's putting a stop to it. So if you feel like you have voices in your head, if you feel like you're struggling with anger issues and things like that, if you feel like your emotions do not click like other people's, go to therapy. Sit down in the therapist chair, work out your issues, and try your best to live a healthier life. Don't just go to therapy to just say you did it. Go in there, be open, honest, and vulnerable, and really try to work on yourself. Because if you can help it, you don't want to pass down the generational trauma or generational curses that you might have, got from your grandparents or your parents. So that's why I've been in psychotherapy for 6 years, working on that, trying to handle this stuff and trying to just be better so I don't pass it down to my children. I don't want to be the reason my kids are in therapy, dealing with the trauma that I passed down to them. But I got my oldest son, who is 14 years old, in therapy, and he likes it. He's thriving. He's doing a lot better. But I just wanted to make this video to just kind of point out some stuff for y'all. Hope